Element 38 on the periodic table of elements is known as strontium. I think that's how you say it. This is Norris Teaches Science with me, Mr. Norris. This is another physical science edition video. We're still talking about physics concepts, still talking about stuff with machines. And today we're going to talk about something called actual mechanical advantage. And so by the end of this video, I'm hoping you can calculate actual mechanical advantage of machines. So what is mechanical advantage? Mechanical advantage is the number of times that a machine increases an input force. There's actually two types of mechanical advantage. Actual mechanical advantage, which we're going to cover in this video, and ideal mechanical advantage, which we're going to cover in a different video. Now, actual mechanical advantage is determined by the measuring of the actual forces on the machine. And it's the ratio of output force to input force. So the formula for actual mechanical advantage is this. AMA, which stands for actual mechanical advantage, equals FR over FE. AMA is actual mechanical advantage. It doesn't have a unit. FR is the resistant force or the output force. Remember, force unit is newtons. Right? It's the output force or the force done by the machine. And FE is the effort force or the input force, and that's what you do. All right, remember, input you, output machine. AMA has no unit, and the units for FR and FE is newtons. Now, if you place it in the formula triangle, since FR and FE are since FR is being divided by FE, FR at the top, FE at the bottom, and then AMA over here. Remember, in the formula triangle, things on top of each other divide, things next to each other multiply. Well, let's do a practice question. It says, what is the actual mechanical advantage of a machine whose input force is 30 newtons and output force is 90 newtons? So since we're trying to find actual mechanical advantage, we're going to leave AMA in the triangle. At the top goes the output force of what the machine does, so that's 90. And at the bottom is going to go the input force or what you do. Now, since the numbers are on top of each other, you're going to divide. This is actually pretty simple. You do not even need a calculator because zeros will cross off. 9 divided by 3 is 3. All right. There's no unit here, so if you want to say 3 AMA, that's fine as well. And that's the answer. Let's do one more. Okay, you test a machine and find that it exerts a force of 10 newtons for each 2 newtons of force you exert operating the machine. What is the actual mechanical advantage of the machine? All right, we have 2 newtons and we have 10 newtons as our numbers. We're trying to find actual mechanical advantage, so we're going to leave AMA in here. At the top of the AMA formula is the output force, or the force the machine does. And if you read this right, the machine does 10 newtons of force. The bottom here is the input force, and that is what you do, and that is 2 newtons of force. So numbers on top of each other, you divide, you get 5. If you want to write AMU after it, just so you know what that number represents, that's what you got. That's actual mechanical advantage. We're going to have another video about ideal mechanical advantage coming up. I hope you learned something today. I'm Mr. Norris, and I will see you at the next video.